What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we got a big update for OP-11. We got all of the alternate art leaders, they be big, and we got both the secret rares as well, which I think means quite a pretty big update. I'm probably going to write something on the thumbnail like huge update. And you know what? I feel very confident making that kind of statement, given that this is a pretty gosh darn huge update. Now, I told you the Nami alternate art was going to be big. Here is the Nami alternate art. And while we're here, we might as well show you a couple of others. How about Koby and Shirahoshi? But make no mistake about it, this Nami is going to be absolutely huge. This is going to be one of the biggest, if not the biggest alternate art leader we've seen. Now, obviously, we already had an alternate art Nami. Like, that already exists. Nami had a leader back in OP-03, and we had an alternate art leader in OP-03. I don't think that one is going to be nearly as big as this one, and that one's pretty big, to be blunt. Plus, of course, this seems like, as I explained in yesterday's video, a busted leader. Add that all together, this one's going to be big. Style-wise, we're back to fake manga heads. That is to say, we've got a zoom-in of the head of the character, like we see on the manga arts, but it's not actually Oda artwork from the manga, so that's why I've termed them fake manga heads, and I feel good about this. Honestly, I was not a fan of the OP-10 style. If we have a look at Tashigi Smoker here, it was just anime artwork, and I understand, but I did not like the alternate art leaders from OP-10. I am delighted they've gone back to this style. This is awesome. If you want a very quick run through of where we've been, we obviously started off back in OP-01 with the proper manga heads like Ro and Ozoro. OP-02, we still had the proper manga heads. I'm going to show you Smoker because I love Smoker here. In OP-03, we went to the other style like I just showed you with Nami, which incidentally has never come back, which is a bit strange. In OP-04, we went to the leader with their crew behind them style, which I absolutely adore and think is wonderful. In OP-05, we went back to manga heads, proper manga heads with the Oda artwork and all of that. In OP-06, we went to the fake manga heads, which is to say they're manga heads in terms of they look very similar, but are not actually manga artwork. That's what we've got here in OP-11. First came around in OP-6. EB-01, for what it's worth, did have the OP-04 style, which I absolutely adore. I think it's probably my favourite style of the alternate art mangas. In OP-07, we actually weirdly went back again to the OP-04 style, but I like the OP-04 style so much, I'm totally okay with it. I'm willing to allow it. Over in OP-08, we went back to the fake manga heads. Again, like we've got here in OP-11. I don't know, let's show you Marco here. I really like that Marco leader. Will it prove to be any good in the long run? I don't know. Kind of hope so, though, because that Marco leader looks like fun. Then in OP-09, we went back to actual full-on manga head leaders, where we have the actual manga artwork. And then, like I say, in OP-10, we had that weird anime style, which I did not enjoy. And OP-11, we're back here. I don't know how much longer I can run through every set and the type of old art leaders. There's a lot of sets by now, but I love that we've got this. This makes me happy. So let's run through the leaders nice and quickly then, give ourselves a quick reminder, and just show them all off. So the Nami is one that I won't stop talking about how broken it is, because it does, to be fair, look entirely broken. This is the one whereby if life leaves any life area during your turn once per turn, you get to draw a card if you have 7 or fewer in hand. And Don X1, when your opponent attacks once per turn, you may trash a card from your hand to give this leader plus 2,000 power for the turn. Which means you kind of always have 7k on your opponent's turn, as long as you've got a card to trash from your hand. It also means you can take cards that don't have counter and essentially use them as a permanent +2. It's absolutely absurd. We've got ourselves Koby, who is our first sword leader. It says that your sword characters can attack characters on the turn they're played. Not full-on rush, but not a million miles away. And once per turn, when a Navy character of yours with an original power of 7k or less is removed from play by an opponent's effect, you can instead just put 3 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, obviously, we have a Luffy here. We're always going to get lots of Luffy. That shouldn't surprise anyone. And what we've got from Luffy here is 6,000 power. That's higher than normal. 3 life. That's lower than normal. But at the start of your turn, if you have 8 or more Don, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, find a straw hat and add it to your hand. Put the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Basically, you have a bit less life, but you've got more power, standard, and you get to search every turn. I cannot be the only one that thinks that looks a little bit good. Now, Charlotte Katakuri is one that I've absolutely got my eye on here. This is a one whereby when you're attacking or when your opponent's attacking once per turn, Don -1, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, and then for this battle, you get an extra 1,000 power. Not sure why Nami gets for the turn and this gets for the battle. That seems weird to me. But you know what? You get one battle on your turn where you're 6k, and one battle on your opponent's turn where you get the extra 1k without having to use a card from your hand. That's fine by me. And we've talked about this a lot. We're at the stage now where honestly, Don -1 is just not a particularly big deal. I really wouldn't worry very much about it at this point. Now, I love that Shirahoshi is getting a leader here, and what we've got is 5 life, which of course is unusual on a dual-type character, but it means that the leader cannot attack, which is standard again. With dual color, they generally don't have 5 life unless they can't attack. But we've got Activate Main. Once per turn, you get to rest one of your Don and flip the top card of your life face up, and then play a character card that is either a Seeking type or is Megalo, with a cost equal to or less than the total number of Don that you've got in play. We won't know how good this is until we see some Seeking characters and Megalo, but there has got to be potential here. This one looks very, very nice indeed. And then we got ourselves Jinbei, finally getting a leader in this set. And we got end of your turn. If you have 6 or fewer cards in hand, put one of your Fishman or Merfolk characters and up to one of your Don to active. Seems like it might have a bit of potential. I like these leaders. I like the art style on the alternate arts. I'm so glad we're back to this. So, yeah, there's all your leaders, all your alternate arts. But I did promise you a pair of secret rares as well, and frankly it seems a little bit rude if I don't come and bring you some secret rares. So how about we start off, shockingly enough, we've got a secret rare Luffy. And what we've got here from our secret rare Luffy is a moderately expensive 8-cost 8,000 power blue, but we've got Rush, and when you're attacking, you may trash a card from your hand, and then up to 1 4-cost or lower character, you get to return it to the owner's hand. And then after that, your leader or one of your characters gets given a rested Don. Now, firstly, Rush is good. You got 8k with Rush. That's brilliant. And yes, you have to trash a card from your hand, but you get to return a 4-cost or lower to your opponent's hand and then give a rested Don either to your leader or to one of your characters. That just seems very good. Obviously, this is going to work beautifully with the new Luffy leader, because of course the Luffy leader is blue and purple, but also it searches out your straw hats. And if you're looking at the top 5 cards of your deck every turn, you are going to find the straw hats you need fairly often. And I think this might be a little bit of a theme going through the next couple of years. I like this more with Nami. Nami, of course, is also a blue straw hat leader. Also yellow, but it's blue. But here, you're trashing a card from your hand when you're attacking with Luffy. But of course, Nami's got that built-in draw power, which is going to help. But also, this has no counter. Nami wants to trash card from your hand to use essentially as a permanent plus 2k. So, you're not worried about the lack of counter in a Nami deck. You've just got a big 8k rusher. This just seems like a very strong card. And honestly, I could see this being great with Luffy. I could see this being great with Nami. I just think this character looks really, really strong. Plus, 8k with Rush, getting rid of a character, which is a very blue thing to do, of course, giving a rested Don to get a bit more power. I'm just saying, this one looks like it could be good. Although I gotta say, we've clearly got 2 characters on the booster pack artwork, so why does one of them get a secret rare, which is clearly the art, but the other one doesn't? Why is the other secret rare not Katakuri here? Genuinely a little bit annoying to me, but it's Koby! And to be fair, everybody does like Koby, so maybe we can forgive it. What we got here is an 8-cost, 9,000 power black Navy/sword. Now, this is obviously very, very important, because remember back to the Koby leader. The Koby leader says that your sword characters can attack characters on the turn you play them. Well, Koby can, because sword character. And it also says, you can only save a character with an original power of 7,000 or less. Yeah, sorry about that. So Roger, a little bit there. Unfortunately, this is too powerful to be saved as a Navy, but of course, there will be Navy searches, etc. that you want to play with Koby, where this will actually fit. So it's still good that it's Navy, but you can't use the second skill, because it's very importantly original power of 7 or less. So even if you were to bring Secret Rare Koby from 9 down to 7 or lower, the original power of 9, it's not going to work. But we do have a couple of important skills here. We've got on play, up to one of your characters this turn can attack active characters. This is very, very important. We have a general rule in One Piece whereby you are only allowed to attack rested characters not active. And of course, the whole point of this is that it kind of gives you that level of protection. You can save your character by just keeping them active. They're not rested, so you're basically safe for a turn. Well, Koby says, nah, mate. Now, it is important to note this obviously will only apply to a character that can attack anyway. It doesn't give rush. It just lets the character attack active characters. But of course, your leader, Koby, lets your sword attack active characters. So you can play this Koby. On play, one of your characters can attack one of your opponent's active characters. Okay, this Koby. And then, it's a sword character, so it can attack on the turn it's played, as long as you're attacking a character. And all of a sudden, you've got a 9k that can attack active characters on the turn you play it. We have, again, this is the only sword character we've seen. We'll need to see some more. But essentially, these sword decks now, these Koby decks are just like, yeah, we're going to wreck your characters, and it doesn't matter if we've just been played this turn. And it doesn't matter if you're active and should be safe. No. You're going down. Really good skill. It's only an on-play. It's a one-shot deal. But make no mistake about it, this is going to lead to some big swing turns where you can take down an active character that your opponent thought was safe because you shouldn't be able to attack on the turn you play, but the leader says you can. And you shouldn't be able to attack active characters, but as Koby says you can. And because you've cheated 2 different rules, you now get to take out those characters. We've also got, when attacking, you may put 2 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order you like. And then your leader or one of your characters gets an extra 1,000 power until the end of your opponent's next turn. You don't have to use your leader here. You don't have to go for your leader. But I would highly, highly recommend that you do, because it lasts through your opponent's turn. What that means is that your opponent now has to have an extra 1,000 power on every attack that they try and get through during that turn. That's going to get very, very annoying. And again, because this is a sword character, Leader Koby says you can attack the turn you play it. So you can play this, attack a character, and immediately activate this attacking skill, bump your leader up to a 6k, just, bigger swing this turn, but then also your opponent's got a 6k leader to get over next turn. I know it's an 8 cost, which is high, but it seems like this secret rare is going to be essential in Koby decks. Like, both of these skills are just too good not to play in a Koby deck, so it seems like this is going to be just a standard. I'm not saying you have to play it as a 4-of, because It's an 8 cost. You're not going to need it until near the end of the game. It's got no counter. So it's going to mightily clog your hand for the first 3 or 4 turns, but I do think this is going to be a card you want to play. So I really like both the secret rares. I love that we've gone back to the old style of alternate arts leaders, and yeah, this is very, very nice indeed. I'm liking it. OP-11 shaping up good, ladies and gentlemen. OP-11 shaping up good. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these alt art leaders. Tell me what you think about these secret rares. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Goodness! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Lawasi. That's where we talk about One Piece and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching What's He Plays.